Okay, and we are live. Hello. Well, not live, but this is Sora Donald Goofy 99. Pulled my Birca out of the G12 formation, and quite frankly, I was considering just doing like a whole Gunpherd kind of thing, but okay, you know what? I'm gonna do it by the box sets. And the box set that occurred after the Engine O was just Birca by himself. Honestly, no, just by himself, he doesn't really do much. I'm gonna flat out fully admit that. I do have his engine soul here, though. He actually came with this, as opposed to having to, like, search it out in some of the other sets. Up on camera, I can't exactly tell since this image is mirrored. But this seems about right. You know, you got the number 4 that kind of looks like a shark. They say he's an orca, but I always thought he was more like a shark or a dolphin because of this thing up here. His rolling ability is actually something I could demonstrate on this little lunch dinner table thing that I really don't have a better setup for right now. But yeah, by himself he doesn't really do that much. He was one of my first watches of the show. He was one of my favorite engines just because he knew a whole bunch of languages. I mean, all he can really do on his own is this, the whole, spinning feature. Sometimes it goes all the way back to where it's supposed to go, sometimes it doesn't. Oh well. He's part bike, or he's supposed to be part bike because his name is Birca, and he has this wheelie function. Though he has 3 wheels. May not be incredibly obvious here. Zoom in a bit. Yeah, I think it's a little bit more obvious now. You can see that he has 3 wheels instead of 2. His front wheel is actually like... Yeah, you can kind of see he's a bike. It's neat. The way he would talk in the show is his head would kind of move side to side like that. And might as well just go to the engine soul sounds now. There's a little clip you get behind his connection joint. Make sure you get his wheels out of the way, and I almost put this in the wrong way. Hold on. Like, Birca Soul, Septo! And now we have activated his ability to talk. Hopefully I have set him up correctly for this. His activation buttons are both of these triggers right here. We'll start with this side. Now, the light on mine doesn't work. I think it's the only one it doesn't work on, and I don't know how it burned out, but I'm okay with that. Says his name. What he always says when he ends a sentence. Get him in frame. Let's go, my friends. I know we said that once already. I do not know what that means. No. Yeah, they all say that, but yeah, I don't have to use a Go Rotor GT to demonstrate his combo sounds. I can just hit both the buttons. Again, his name. It's like both Spanish and Italian. He's saying it's just right. Like, pasta is being cooked just right, and that is fantastic. Nah. Yeah, I usually don't have issues with this one. Activating his sounds is very intuitive. He's like the best designed engine so far as the gimmick. He's one of the ones that bothers me the least on, whereas Speedor, Bus on Bear RV have all been very finicky. This one just feels like it's right, you know? Sometimes I don't even mind leaving it in and just having him talk. He's so fun to listen to. And I love him for that. But we're going to get this out just so I don't accidentally trigger it during the transformation sequence. Yeah, he does have a combination with the engine O. What's that over here? Oh boy. No, he's not heavy. It's just here he is in his victorious pose again. My favorite pose to do with him. Now, while Birca could go into either arm slot, I didn't illustrate it before, but you'll see this hole here on top of the shoulder. Hard to tell if it's actually in frame. I do not think it is. Like this little thing inside the hole here, right? For a few seconds. Alright, now you set him up for that to work. Is that you lodge that in, kind of like you're transforming in the back into Speedoer. Set it up so that this design is forward, and you put up this racing flag. Birca's transformation, once you set that up, bring all the wheels to the front, turn him that way, and give him a little spin mohawk. Kind of a neat change. And that's kind of it. You get the Engine O Birca. I do not know what they called this in RPM. I don't think they gave it a specific name. We'll just say high octane Megazord spinner mode, just for the hell of it, because Birca was called the tail spinner in RPM. I don't really get why though. I just call him the dolphin bike or something like that, man. Articulation in this is kind of whatever. You do get this, like, you get that joint. He couldn't do that in his arm before. All you really got was that. And the openable hand, and now it's kind of it. Which you could still use the shield or the sword if you want to. So, yeah, he still does this. He still has this kind of feature, except now he can do that. And because of the spinning, you can actually set him up to where all four of them are facing forward like this. It's kind of neat. Unfortunately, his main attack, the Bird Cutter Slash, cannot really be executed because then he would lop off the top of his own head. But hey, who cares, right? It's just a toy. And some people might care a bit more about that than me, but personally, I'm just happy to have the ability to access this because I like the extra arm gimmicks in all these lines. At least to a point. It really depends on what the arm is supposed to do, and I don't know, for some reason that's like my favorite pose to do with them. And there's not really much to say about it when it's just one dude, you know? And this isn't like my absolute favorite arm attachment, but I do like it quite a bit. I feel like the green as an addition works pretty well with the rest of it. So, of course, makes one side of him a little bit extra heavier, but hey, not really much you can do about that. I really don't know what else to say. Birca's just a nice, interesting little addition to the line. Just gonna mess around with them for a second. You know, one downside is that this arm becomes a little bit harder to move than the other one, but again, when you have something this huge coming off the left side, it's like, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. But, yeah, honestly, Birca just as Birca is neat. I would not recommend getting him just by himself, though. I'd say at least, you know, get his partner, Gunpherd, which I'll be talking about next time, and a Gator. That allows them to combine at the very least, but those will be two separate videos, and we'll be doing Gunpherd after this one at some point. Now, honestly, I just kind of like making these little videos covering these figures, so we're at least going to get G12 out of the way if nothing else. Then after Christmas, you'll probably get an Omikoshi Phoenix video from Dawn Brothers, but hey, right now I'm just kind of happy doing this. You know? And this has been Sora Donald Goofy 99. I will be signing off for now. Catch you later.